Good morning, factory workers. This is Senior Honcho, and we're here with our morning coffee. Ooh, that's hot. That's a fresh pot. Ooh, Ooh. Top this off a little bit. Ooh, yep. Okay, good enough. As you can see, we're still decorated for Fixmas around here. We'll take these down by Easter, I'm sure. Uh, oh, yeah, we don't need to stream that. That's a different kind of stream. So last time we finished our biochemical sculptor factory and started producing those. So we're going to drop some of those off. We need to check on our nuclear pasta to see how much of that we have to drop off. And today we're going to be doing the AI expansion server factory part. And I also wanted to mention a slight format change to the morning coffee. Gotta take a sip. If you would like to join me in our morning coffee conversations, my friends out at uh, wow, look at that. Thunder's already in. I was just gonna say, if you want to join me in the chat, I am on Discord at the Plowboys, and um, my producers, I air quote producers, because I figured that was an appropriate name. Brian and Mr. Roku have set up a lobby in channel in Discord for us so that if you would like to be a part of the show, ask questions, just chit chat about things going on with the morning coffee, um, let us know in chat and uh, we can give you an invite to the lobby and you can be pulled in to the show. So kind of a call-in format, if you will. So that's exciting news, and I thank you to the Plowboys for setting that up. And Plowboys is also where we're doing our server playthrough as well. So you may recognize some of the voices that come in and out of there. All right. So, um, yeah, Thunder, you can't see me because I am in my streaming studio channel. So you have to be pulled in to the channel by myself or one of the producers, Brian or Mr. Rocco. So, which I imagine Brian will probably drop in here any moment on a whim. I don't have to pull them in, so they may drop in at any moment. And in the meantime, let's get going with our AI expansion server. Oh, we need to check on our productions. First, let's fly on over to our nuclear pasta first and check out how many we have. It's going to be a little loud over here. Well, we have 100 turn in. That's good. That's 100 more than we had last time. Every little bit helps. That puts us at the halfway mark on our nuclear pasta. So that's great. By the time we get our other parts finished, we will definitely be done with those and be able to start just sinking those into the what's it called, the part sync, wherever we turn them in for tickets. Go ahead and do that. That's our 500. Now the biochemical sculptors, I believe we did those over here. This new manufacturer's line sitting out here. Nope. Over here. No. What did we base that off of? I forgot where we put it. Does anybody remember where we parked our factory? Huh. Well, let's see what it's based on. That'll tell me where I made the factory. We may have made it out by the Sam factory. If anybody remembers. Okay, Brian, I gotcha. So Brian will not be joining us this morning for a bit, maybe at the end, depending on how long it takes us to get this factory rolling. All right, so we did biochemical sculptor, and that takes a blender. So we're looking for a blender. Oh, in our assembly director system. Our assembly director system was being made over here. Oh yeah, there's our blender. Yeah, so we're here. This is our biochemical factory here. Well, factory. I use the term loosely. So we're making them here. How many do we have? 28. So we are tearing through that. I'm not going to bother turning that in. We'll wait for a stack. Alright, AI server. We are basing this on which part? So AI expansion server. This is our magnetic field generator. So this is going to be over on there, and we need a quantum encoder. But we need turbo motors and cooling systems, which we have over here. So we're going to go shop those parts first before we figure out where we're going to put the machine and how we're going to get parts to it. It looks like we also need the what is it? I'll bring that back up again. AI expansion server. It's also going to need this excited photonic matter. So we're going to need a converter too. So and superposition oscillators we're making somewhere else, so we can train that in. These are new. I don't believe oh no. We may have a quantum encoder in the SAM factory that's making those. So we'll go check that out and see. We're probably going to be running either a super conveyor across the lake there, or running a train. I'm kind of leaning towards which way I'm leaning yet, because we have both going back and forth between the two. Oh, that's right, you're going to Austria. I remember you mentioning that yesterday. Yeah, nothing worse than coming back from a trip to a dirty house, I gotta say. That's good. It's cooled off a little bit. Let's see. And Thunder, if you did want to join the show and say hello, you're welcome to come down to the lobby. Once I see you pop in there, I can drag you into the show. It's a really good show. So we're gonna head over to where this is all gonna. Ooh. Nope, we need to shop our parts. I almost forgot where I was at. We need a converter. No sense in piping this stuff over it. Come on, fingers. I can't find couldn't find my home row. Converter. Need one of these. That's going to add to our part need. And then the other two parts we're just going to ship over somehow. So we have turbo motors coming into this factory. that we're not currently using, so I'll just steal a stack from there. That'll repopulate, no problem. Cooling systems, I can do the same. Grab a stack there. Our SAM fluctuators are already over in the other factory, so we can just head over there and get those parts from that side. So now we can head over to our magnetic field generator factory. This also is our steel production, a little bit of SAM stuff, some quartz stuff. So we got a few different things going, but this is our SAM fluctuator stuff, and we need just 100, so just one stack of that. Okay, so we have our parts to build the factory, and our magnetic field generators are being produced over here by this drone station, and we should have a full container, and we do. So we got lots of those that we can make. And I don't know if we build out here, this would be the spot that makes sense. And I think our tractors, you can see my tractor courses here, coming in and out delivering coal if they're not stuck. I think I finally got them to where they don't get stuck. Oh, there they come now. Racing down to the pick up coal and iron. I don't think I want to do, I think I'm going to switch these to ones, just because I want the clearance. I don't think we're that close, but I think it's more of an optical illusion. Let's start with 3. I think I'm going to need to go a little bit further out than this for the encoder. But let's see where we're at with just a start. So we'll do a start block here. I want my centers. Oh, I keep running into the floor above me. I want my. I've been keeping a street on these, so just kind of divide that up like that. Kind of like that. Set this corner, and then so I'm going to put my encoder here. So let's see if that'll fit in there. The encoder is kind of a big piece of equipment, so. Yeah. Yeah. Like I thought, we need to go a little bit deeper. How far off? Looks like maybe just, we could probably go, ooh, we could go 2, 3, at least 2 more deep. So we'll add our street pad there. Let's try 2. Let's see where that puts us. We can always add on later after we get the machine put on. Okay, inputs are there. If I want room for conveyors up front, because we do have 4 inputs we're going to need, so we're going to need some room for plumbing. It looks like, if I lock that there, yes, it looks like we need a bit more. Ooh, we're out of power range over there too. That'll change once we get this wired up. Well, we're looking good side to side, so we're going to need just another 2 rows out here. So yes, it's a very, very large machine. This is why I was concerned. I'm hoping we've got enough clearance for our tractors. Oh yeah, we got lots of room. No problem. No problem on. Alright, so now let's try this again. And that is going to go right there beautifully. Except, I can't count. Alright, redo. Oh. Didn't get enough coffee in me before we started building. It's always a problem. There we go. Now that should be One block. There we. Yes, much better. Much better. And I think what we can do is we can actually pull. I'll do my one row here for my space, and then if I do a 3x3 here, I should be able to put my converter right here. We don't have any inputs for this. This is an output only, so you just plop that down. It's like a kind of like a constructor generator. Yeah, I put the game down for a year after the last Fixmas event. And it was actually in this build that I was working and picked it up this Fixmas season. Built our Fixmas factory over there, painted it like a little Christmas tree, because the Star production is actually really good for tickets. So, yeah, I hooked that up this year, and I just started playing again. And I had the idea to do a playthrough with my son to kind of get him into streaming a bit, but um, he's like, I just don't feel like playing Satisfactory. I can't get into it. So we had started a stream, but I had started playing again. And I'm like, man, I forgot how fun this game is. So I kind of got back into it, started streaming it a bunch, and you guys started watching, and now we've got a server, and yeah, it's a really fun game. Really fun game. Good times, good times. Why is this? Oh yeah, because I didn't want to clip through the wall. Assemblers are more of a wide machine than a deep machine. Oh, and I've got my container on the side. That's an extra row to the side. I'm like, why is this so wide? It feels wider than my typical factory. So this one, and I am not the prettiest builder. So, I did. I've been playing with it. I've been playing with some ideas on design, and I may do maybe end game. We might start going through and making things look good because all of our factories will be done, and we'll be working towards the last achievement of unlocking the golden nut, which is 1,000 tickets that we've got to get for that. So that's going to take a while, and we'll have some time while our factories are running. Because what we'll do is we'll keep producing these Phase 5 items and just syncing them to get tickets. And once we're at that phase in that end game phase, I'll probably start making things look prettier. Maybe do some rearranging of some things, some increased throughput on other things. Maybe do some design blueprints that I can replace walls with and stuff like that. This one, I believe, has to go 4 high to be enclosed. Pretty sure. Where is my power outlet? Over here. Oh, but I'm going to go, let's see, we're 3 wide, so I'm going to go across the center. I don't need to go the full length, but so we'll just go that far out. We'll run power up here. Maybe we'll do like lights, because I don't have lights in any of my factories either. But there's some really cool videos out there on how to make some really neat designs using the various parts and stuff. It's really cool. Some of the stuff that they build just looks amazing. I'm like, how the heck? And it's all just like layering of different parts and things like that. And some of it looks really cool. Like you wouldn't, you're like, how do you go from, this kind of like basic kind of factory to these super well designed, like modern, looking factories that just they look like office buildings you'd see in like a Dallas skyline or something like that. Um, I need my power outlet. That's what I'm looking for. And this one. Then we run our power from there to there. Boom. Okay, so now that's powered there. We'll pull power from here. And we'll select our recipe, which we want our, and we're going to be producing some dark matter that we've got to deal with. Okay. We'll have to turn that into something. Alright, so now some plumbing. This, I'm going to pull right in from the outside wall here. We need a logistics. Orgalogistics, that's a new word for you. Orgalogistics. Don't try and spell that one. I won't, Mr. Honcho. Sure, why not? Okay. We have that. That is going to come from this. We need power to this one. We have power coming through there. We get a power pole there, so we'll put power on this side. How high up do we need to go to cover? Do we want to cover you? You're kind of cool looking. I don't think I want to cover you. I think I might do something different there. Alright, let's power pole you instead. Actually, let's just direct connect. Figure that out later. I think I want a different design for these, because I think these machines look really cool on their own, and they've got some really cool effects as they're working. We need excited photonic matter. So you see they've got all kinds of like cool lighting effects and some distortions going on. So I think I want to keep those open, visible. Not really a need to stack them until we get into like mass production. Okay, so I've got that. I want one of these to go right. Sha. And we'll bring this out to there. And because this is treated like a gas, we don't need any pumps for this stuff. That's just gonna go wherever we want it. But even at that, I don't have any lift or great distance, so we're already filling up on that quickly. Alright, now that we have that, superposition oscillator, well, I don't have all the parts for that here. Oh, and I don't need this one. See, none of these take dark matter residue. I could pipe that back to our other system, but I think we're probably in an abundance of that. I wonder if I can package that. What can I do with it? More recipes in codex. Alright, let's take a look in the codex then. And then we have to figure out what I'm going to do with that. Dark matter residue. What can we do? This is all the production of it used in. So we can make time crystals. Oh, we've got a couple alternate recipes that we're not using yet. Yeah. That is really just in the crystal production. So we might set up another particle accelerator over here to burn that off. But yeah, because we've got plenty of coal over here to do this as well. So that's 2 particle accelerators, one for crystals, or one for industrial diamonds, and one for dark matter residue, or sorry, dark matter crystals. We'll see. For the time being, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to store it. Which means I need a place to put a storage unit. Ugh. Let's go here. Oh, this is getting really close. I don't need that much room. I think I'll just do this. I'm going to make this a little ugly at first because I'm not sure quite how I want this to look in the end. Thank you, Brian. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna make a little bit of an ugly line there and dump that straight out that way. All right, that takes care of that. Our other output, we might also deal with that right now too. We just need, we're gonna need one more row out here. Oh, these are such a long build. Long, like long from start to finish of the platform. If I add a container, where can I put said container where this is gonna, yeah, straight out. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I like that. Okay, outputs are handled. Now we need to finish our inputs. So, magnetic field generators coming from next door. Right here. We got that going high. We've already got that coming low. I think we're going to come in from this side instead. Let's make this look a little interesting. We'll do this as a sky bridge over. So we will add our holes into here. I guess I could have made these just the regular ones, but I didn't. Come out there and in here. And I don't think I'm going to set this up for multiple levels right now. These end machines tend to be pretty expensive to run power-wise. So I think I'm just going to let it go as is and probably only do one at a time, and that's just going to be our throughput on it. If we get to the point where we want to expand it, I still left myself some room vertically to expand, so we can do that later if we want. Okay, now these two inputs we need to get from our sand factory, which you can see just the edge of right there, which is our superposition house. Oh, and we need to see if we're making our neural quantum processors out there too. So let's go take a look out there. Well, this is all powered and good. Okay. So up we go. I don't have a quick way of getting up there from here. We may change that. I could do a small hypertube cannon. I could do a zip line. I kind of have the zip line almost set up already. I think I lose power right around here somewhere. Oh no, I guess, yep, right there. I knew there was one spot on the ramp that I didn't have power. So if there is a type of transport technique for moving ourselves from the two factories you'd like to see me connect these two from, let me know. Okay, let's see what we're producing here. And see, this one I have this one set up for more of a horizontal expansion. I probably won't be making too many of these. These are singularity cells. That's excited photonic matter. This is time crystals. This is our superposition oscillators. And I don't have these in a buffer, which I should have. Let's do what we did on the other side. Oh, actually, yeah, we'll do a straight out buffer on this one. Like that. Okay, so those are going to start creating a lot of those. Let's see. What are we making down here? I'm pretty sure we're making our dark matter crystals over here. Nope. Oh, we're making nuclear pasta over here. Huh. Do we have it? Oh, those are being used for something else. That's probably the line I need to follow. Oh, those are for the singularity cells. These are dark matter crystals. These are diamonds. What do... Huh. Oh, what were those called? Something like... neural... No. Gosh, I don't remember what that part was called. Nobody's gonna help me in chat, so we'll find it. Where'd you go? You're in here somewhere. A little purple cubey thing. Little purple cubey thing. Where'd you go? There you are. I was right. Neural quantum processor. In a quantum encoder. Supercomputers. Huh. We might not be making these. Because I only have one spot that I'm making supercomputers, and I don't believe I'm carting those back over here. No, I have conversion cubes coming over, not supercomputers. So now the question is do we expand this factory, or do we send the materials back the other way and construct it on the other side? We're still going to need to transport at least one item from here down there. Right, so this is almost a straight shot. I'm beginning to think. Oh, yes, I'm beginning to think. Yes, I realize I stopped my sentence in a weird place there. We do have space to put another encoder. I mean, we could always put another encoder on this end. Oh wait, there's another encoder up here. I may be doing this already. Haha! I'm like, wait a minute. I know I'm doing this. So What, am I just bringing super... Oh, okay. So, we just need to feed this supercomputers from the other side. And I have a super conveyor already running from over there. And I do have a storage of supercomputers over there as well. So, yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna super conveyor this over. Why not? Why the heck not? Uh-huh. Ooh. What a mess I have going into this. Where am I gonna bring my port in? I kind of want it here, I think. So if I do this, and that's going to go automatically to the second opening here. So grab an opening. That should line up. So if I do that, we good there. And then what I can do is, because if I'm going to be bringing it over on the conveyor, my conveyor is going to come in over here. So I have, if I come all the way across, I can come to the outside and line up here on this wall. So this is kind of an ugly mess. This one's definitely up for reconfiguration later on. I'm not sure I like all the style of factory. We may be rebuilding this factory when we hit endgame. Kind of think about it a little bit better. Get it to flow a little bit. Oh, I need this wall. See, right now I'm just making walls to connect things. Just later on, I want. I am planning on rebuilding this somehow. I just don't know how yet. Okay, now we have our over and down. And something tells me I'm going to need more than one down. Maybe not, though. Maybe we'll make it. We'll see. Have some faith. Come on. Wilson? Too pessimistic. I don't have a dog around here laughing at me, do I? Okay, good. Oh, I didn't get my conveyor set the way I wanted it to. Let's fix it. Gosh darn it. I thought I was a click too high, and now that I look down the line, it is a click too high. I want to stay as tidy as possible. There we go. That should be level. Level. Oh yeah, now we're level. Okay. Alright, so that's perfect. So that'll give me the distance I need there. I want, actually, I'm going to bring that to the center of this wall. So about there. Should do it. Yeah, nailed it. And can I come all the way down? No. So I have to make a decision if I'm going to do two. I think, no, I think I'll be okay. I'm going to bring this over the top of this one. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Alright, I'm going to do 2 flight paths because I need to see how we're going to route stuff from the other side anyways. So, as I fly back over there, I am going to just put in my conveyor poles. Keeping things nice and tighty. Hopefully I didn't go underneath my tube too much. No, I completely went under it here. So, we're going to clip through it here. Kind of. It kind of goes through the middle of it. So I don't hate that. Here, I'm going to go ahead and go to... We'll go ahead and just let these go. Oh, I could come... No, I'm going to bring them over the top like that. Uh-oh. I got no power. There. I can't get to that one. There. See, if I was a smarter man, I would have gone over top of this to begin with instead of underneath. Because... Oops, I didn't need to there. So this might be an endgame cleanup. We're going to have a laundry list of endgame cleanups to do. See, because here I started out over top and then I went underneath. That was kind of dumb. Okay, here I'm going to be coming... Oh, poop. I think we're going to have to go over top on this one as well. Gosh, I hope that angle's going to work. Let's see. I'm just going to do a test one, because I'm not sure the direction is going to be right. Oh, it is. Good. Okay. How ugly is that? That's not too bad. It's not perfect, but it'll work. See, this I have stacked correctly. This is, you know, starting from the bottom and then continuing to go up. So anytime I need a new item, I can just stack a new one and bring it across the top. It got a little nuts when I started splitting it off, and I didn't keep with that intention. Okay. So now we need to figure out... Supercomputers are coming from under here. Alright. And we already have them coming out over here up to these. I'm actually surprised I saw that move. I thought we were full up on these. Oh, hang on. I gotta let my dog out. I'll be right back. Well, I'm back for a moment. She decided that, well, there's a saying. Not all peepees are poo-poos, but all poo-poos are peepees. And she decided her peepee was going to be a poo-poo. So, she's going to find the perfect spot in the yard, which will be a minute. So I will have to break again once she has decided she is done. But yeah, for some reason, I'm seeing these things still producing, so we must not have full stacks on these yet. Oh no, we started using these for these. That's why. Huh. This line is active again. Oh, we have our first stack. We're gonna go ahead and let that roll to 100. We'll turn those in at the end of the episode. Alright, so supercomputers are being used for these. No, not for those. For these. And we're going to have to use them for the other ones. So, but the nice thing is that we have a full container full. Oh, but they're only stacked to 50. So we're probably going to drain a bunch of these just getting them over on the super conveyor. If we used a train or a drone, we would also drain it just as fast. So there is our super conveyor there. And we have supercomputers here. We could just ugly split it here and run it across, straight across and into the super conveyor here. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So we need a riser there, conveyor pole there, and a conveyor pole here, and the last one here. Now for the spaghetti conveyor belts for the supercomputers. Split these off here. And I do have another supercomputer factory, but it's on the other side of the world, so that would have to be trained in from there. We're not quite ready for that. I don't think, and I don't think we, honestly, I don't think we need to, not to get to end game. All right. So honestly, that was just bad placement right there. Let's try that again. Point that right towards the wall, because we're going to use the wall to go down and over. Actually, if I put my walls in, I can go straight across the top and not make this quite so ugly. Because that is one big building. I have a street gap there, but these were never built out completely. There we go. So now we have something that looks a little more factory-ish. Factory-ish. So let's see if we can go and bring this up even better. I guess it really doesn't matter where on this wall we hit. We'll go to the top slot on the wall. You failed. You failed to clean? Did you make a mess? Alright, so now we're against the wall. Alright, and then I'm just going to bring this to the edge here before we go over the gap. Go over the gap, put another one in, just so that we have a section there. And you can see our supercomputers are chasing us now. just going to go down as far as we can, which is right there. Put that one in. We're going to need a conveyor pole here in, based on where that one is, I think we're going to want to come out. I don't know how I just opened that. I gotta figure that one out because that was cool. I just found something new. Okay, how did I do that? How did I do that? Failed to leave the PC alone. Shocker. I don't know how I did that. Somehow, I was on that, and oh, maybe I bumped my middle mouse. Well, no, it opened up the buildings menu, and I didn't hit a key. There's a key binding there that I'm not aware of. I'll have to find that out, because that was pretty sharp. That might help speed me up when I'm doing parts that aren't in my hotbar. Okay, do we? Oh yes, good. I was hoping we didn't have to do a second one. Alright, here we go. Across the super conveyor. I think one of these, in one of these builds, or maybe we do this end game. I would love to have like a parts highway, like maybe like 3 wide of conveyor poles that are, you know, just all different parts being brought into like a central warehouse, and then so anything that goes into the warehouse comes from like a super belt, and then it can be distributed out to factories from there. It's a crazy idea. Very crazy idea. I need to go up from here to here. Because I love the way these look when you've got like down here where it's like 4, and this is only 4. This is still like oh, I got 5, but it just, I love that look of seeing all these parts just flowing on a belt, like a stacked belt like that. I just think it looks cool, and it would be really neat to have like a whole bunch of parts kind of moving along on a conveyor like that. But you'd have to be smart about it. Like, I'd have to go through all the parts and kind of lay them out, because otherwise you'd be looking at about going, how the heck am I doing this? Oh, I got a bit of a hitch in my belt there. I don't like that. Because as I started using the super belt to get across these sites, I'm like, this is kind of cool, and I kind of like it because there's like no waiting. Well, once you get to the Mark 6, there's very little to no waiting. The Mark 6 belts are so fast that it's... Yeah, I kind of do too. I'm kind of like, I want to do it. So maybe end game we're going to replace some of our train distributions with super belts. Like, I think if I start doing a super conveyor belt down the um, down the canyon. It's my dead zone here. I've got to figure out how I'm going to do this. I need to run a power line up onto one of these somehow. I can't see what I'm doing. Alright, how am I going to do this? What can I do to get myself some power up here? I can't mount to the side of this thing. Put one on top temporarily. I do not want to leave that there. It may not let me leave it there either. It may not let me route this. Okay. So we'll have to figure that out if we're going to continue this. I may have to... Oh, I know what I can do. I can build this platform out further. I wonder if I can put a beam off of these. Let's see. Let me see if I can build a beam off of a conveyor pole. Architecture. Metal beam. No. Shoot. So I'd have to build something up from the bottom. Probably a beam. I'd probably just do a beam from the bottom. Diagonal. Freeform. Default. Because if I put a beam here, I can just bring it up. Like that. It's kind of stupid looking. But we need to have some kind of power here. So if I pull that one, I should be able to mount to the side of this cleaner. Yeah, like that. And that's all I need. Now I can build off the top of this thing a little better. And I've got range. Yes, that'll be... I lose a little bit of power there to there, so I may have to bring some power there, but it's not horrible, but it's not great either. You don't... I should be in the boot 1 channel, Brian. Under the dungeon. It's way at the bottom, because he just added it to the bottom of the list, where the dungeon should be, in the bottom of the server. I mean, you are an admin, you should be able to see everything I see. Almost back already. See, and that's the thing, is that these builds aren't... Oh, you stupid. These conveyor builds aren't too bad, unless you do something like I just did, which was... You're not seeing it. Okay, I see you in the lobby, I'll pull you in. There you go. Hello, Brian.
Hello, sir.
Hello. So yeah,
I cannot see this channel.
Huh. That's weird, because I thought you had admin.
I am, but it might be to streamer discretion, probably. Did you decide who you want to pull in or something?
Oh, I don't know. You may have to talk about that for a minute while I let my dog in.
It's so weird. The train is only bringing stupid stuff. The industrial center is only bringing rubber, plastic, and some copper sheet. That's really weird.
Well, my RL doggo did not bring me anything, so that's unfortunate. Um, yeah, you'll have to ask Rocco about that. I don't know. He set all this up, so.
Yep.
All right, we have supercomputers flowing out to our neural quantum thingy-majigger. What was it? Neural quantum processor. So now those are being produced. Ooh, man, that is loud. Okay, so we'll do the same kind of straight out deal for storage. I'm not crazy about putting these containers here, but it's a means to an end. Alright, now I need those, and I need I need this. Oh, I'm not making a lot of that right now. I've got some coming in. I need more. We're gonna have to bump this factory out because we're not making enough of this to send over for our other part. So how are those made? Those are made from these constructors, from this metal that's not coming in very fast. I don't need to be carrying that around. We'll bump that up a little bit. So so I need 30 per minute of that. And and that is coming from here. This is supposed to be producing 30 minutes, but I am not producing enough aluminum because I need 120 per minute of my aluminum. Alright, I'm producing the aluminum over here. I should have the resources to produce 120 per minute. And that's the input, that's the scrap, and the scrap is going up, 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 up to the next floor. This is what we need. 30 per minute. Ooh, that's loud. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 120 per minute. Oh, but that's just one machine, isn't it? What? Oh. We have a second line working here. Well, that's burning the silica off to get a little extra. Oh. Wait a minute. Do I have 3 of those over there? So I need to triple this line. Butter. Wait, no, I only have 1. What is the deal? 120 per minute, and I should be producing 120 a minute. Is it just like on the edge of always running? No, I'm hitting idle. Well, where are we bottlenecked? Or just not producing enough? I guess it's where are we draining our system? We're not getting enough scrap in here. It's going idle between. I'm not getting my 60 per minute, 180 per minute out of this. 180 scrap per minute. And right now we are doing double that. What the heck? Something isn't adding up. All my efficiencies should be rocking it. Doing 100. Am I going? No, I'm overproducing on my solution. Oh, it is. That's it right there. I went idle. Did one, did two, did three, did four, and then idle. Okay, so let's make more. Quick expansion out. When do you leave for Austria? Are you leaving today? He must have went AFK.
In 10-ish hours, something like that.
Oh, okay.
10-ish hours.
Are you in? I'm sorry. I remember you saying how long you were going to be gone for, but you were
I'll be back Thursday
Thursday.
evening. My evening. Yeah. I'm working on your hover pack.
Oh, good. Oh yeah. Did you see I moved us to phase 4?
Yes, I saw it. I see it. Sawing it. Yes.
Yep. I we need to set up our aluminum production somewhere, and I couldn't decide whether I wanted to do it in the swamp or over on the shore by our oil station. Those are
Would it be handy to do it there, or can we push it a little further so we can increase the length of the train?
well, that's kind of why I was thinking the swamp because I've done it out. Generally, like on this build, I have it out in the swamp. So, like, if you look here, I have this is my aluminum factory set up out here in the swamp. In on the server, we're building down here, right at the bottom of the map. I haven't even really used the bottom of the map,
Uh,
so we'd be
I
going this
think we
way out.
are left bottom the map.
Yeah, we're over here. So
Yeah.
this is um this is kind of the crater area, the large crater area, and then we're like here's the shoreline here. So like our oil production stuff's here, and so we're down kind of like here. So it's kind of northeast to get
Mm-hmm.
there. I think our quartz factory is like right in here. So I was kind of thinking if we go up through the quartz factory and over this way, which I don't know if I've run a train line that way because this terrain is a lot of up and down. Um, so I'm not sure. There's obviously I have a road laid out here because I'm running coal from this node, and we may be using this coal node already. Um, I don't know if this is one of the coal nodes we're piping down from, but there's a coal node. There's a cluster of coal nodes here that I'm using for my aluminum production because you need coal, copper, aluminum, and water. So I was thinking about actually moving this towards this water spot here. Um, this is also a really good spot to set up nuclear power too, because there's uranium in this area, and
Oh,
there's a
that's
sulfur.
dangerous.
The nuclear? Yeah.
Yes, I found a wreckage
Uh huh.
close to the little base you were making yesterday.
Uh huh.
Um, and I started hitting that and taking in some of the radiation stuff,
Uh huh.
and I kept dying.
Uh huh. So, one of we can unlock hazmat suits now. Um, is it's one of our tiers. It's one of the tier 7 ones, I think. Um, but once we unlock hazmat suits, that will help a little. And then if we then work to uh, what are these filters called? These iodine infused filters. Um, if you have these in your inventory with a gas mask, then
Uh-huh.
see, like I have this mine set up already. So I have my hazmat suit, my gas mask with these iodine infused filters. The radiation won't
Yeah.
touch you as long as you have filters on, so you
Mhm,
can work around the radiation safely.
mhm, mhm.
So once we have all that, then we can start setting up nuclear power
Yep.
and killing off our friends.
But yeah, we do need some aluminum production.
Yep.
So on the map, can you show it again? But
Yeah.
there's some delay in the. I mean, you did place quartz, or someone placed a quartz
I did.
factory
Yeah, and that is, I think,
thingy.
so. Hmm, let me think about where that's at. I believe that is up in this area, like along the stream, but I'm not sure. It might be down this way. But it's somewhere in this area, kind of more centered, I believe. You'd have to look at our our map on the server.
I can share my screen real quick.
Yeah,
I think this is the place you also see. That's like a kind of a black hole
right. That black
edged
hole
with.
is here, right? So that is the bottomless pit through the world, guaranteed death. And then
Yeah, that thing. And then there's another thingy, and then there's the quartz factory.
okay, so we're actually a lot further south than I thought. So we're actually over in this area. Um,
And I think,
oh, that's not that bad, actually, because if we run the train line up through there and up past this coal node, because I think there is a roadway through. We'll just have to figure out like how do we get figure out the road, the train route to the quartz factory. And if we go through the quartz factory, we're on our way to the swamp, and then we can loop around in the swamp because then that gets us. Then I already know the routes to go from the swamp then up to the the, the main canyon, and that'll get us
yeah.
to the desert, the northern swamp. When we use the proper names here, I've got my map here. I don't have a light
What,
on.
what I can do is make the track go past the quartz factory we have the little map icon on for, and then push it through till like here or something. That swamp area. That's kind of where your truck is driving at the moment.
Yeah, so all of this broken up stuff is the swamp area. And where I have this docking station is right next to the bauxite node. So
Okay,
there's
so that's more this thing, I guess. Here.
so that bauxite node is yeah, over in that area. We have the very edge of the swamp uncovered there
You
on
have
your map.
these waters there. So it's more here. There. Ish.
Ish, yes. Yeah, I think that's right because you see these splotches of trees. These are the giant trees these black splotches are these are the giant trees um,
Mm,
in this area. So just south of the giant trees. So yeah, that looks about right. So right about in there it should be a coal node. So we want to run from the quartz factory to that coal node and then out into there'll be a route. You kind of come down. You can see it here on my map. I'll zoom in a little bit more. I believe I have him coming down. There's like a SAM node out here. I think right here. There's a SAM node. Um, but I believe he is coming down here and through this area here because there's a bunch of materials here, and then there's a little ramp down, and he comes down through across the swamp and over to the stop. Um, so I have that set up there. Somewhere over here, there's a copper node. So you have your bauxite, your copper, and your coal kind of in this line. And so I was thinking if we kind of centered it, that would be a good distance for each one, and then we could then leverage that station for delivering the things we would need for nuclear plants along this waterfall. Because this is supposed to be one of the best places to put nuclear power set up.
Okay. Well, I can do some rail making stuff. I'll get that going.
Cool.
Then
And is
see what I
this...
need for that.
This just needs power, I think. And it should be good to go.
Well, I can go for a while, I guess.
Oh, there's my power node there. Okay. So, oops. Okay, now we have power. And we're
Do we
producing.
do
And
we want to run double tracks so we can go two
I
directional?
I was thinking that because we're gonna want another train because we don't want one train running that whole line.
No,
So
because
yeah,
the
I was
train
thinking
does grab not really much stuff,
right.
in my opinion.
So I was thinking that it was time to double up.
Agree.
Okay, that is now producing step one. We gotta go underneath and hook this up to that. And I don't really want to clip that pipe, so I'm gonna do some ugliness here. What? No, I want this. Thank you. Yeah. A little bit of ugliness there. Ooh, a lot more silica. That's gonna help. And that should give us more aluminum coming out. And we need to upgrade this belt to get it over there faster. That's not the right belt. It's this belt. And this lift. And this belt. Follow this lift up. Oh, that's part of the problem too. I think we're splitting these to make... Oh. How unfortunate. Alright, let's bump up our output speeds. Let's have another sip of coffee here. add in some speed to these. And more speed, more speed, more speed. Okay, all that's merging into this lift. This lift is then getting split here. That's why we're not maxed out. I do need to double that line. I forgot we were making casings. Oh. So that we need to get inside there. Wait a minute. That's an output. Oh yeah, here's our input. These are our casings. I'm okay with those going idle. So we're gonna leave those belts a little slower. Actually, we're not. We're feeding it quickly. Off that splitter. Oh, is this a merger? Am I wrong? Is that a merger? No, it's a splitter. Where? Oh. Oh, right. We're coming up. We're splitting off and going down to our other factory. Okay. So we really need to create another 4 and feed another 4. Okay. Fine. Speed up the rest of that when we go back over there. So instead of 1 of these, probably going to need 2. Let me work this backwards so I can figure this out. So we're splitting between these 2 lines. This line. Oh, this is the one that's burning off our silica, so we don't back up the silica. So those are what I call bonus pieces. These are producing 30 per minute, and I have 4. That's 120, but we're splitting that, so that ends up going to 60 instead. And I need the 120 for the other side, so I need to make 4 more of these. Pop 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Speed these up. Gosh dang it. Come on. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. Alright. I need to upgrade these. Okay, so these are not going to populate super fast. Let's see. 2, 2. Where's my power grid line? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just get it to the ceiling. speed here, not beauty. We can be pretty later. Right now, we just need to get out the dough. Alright. Yep. Hardly any scrap coming in on that because we're gonna have to up our scrap production. Okay. Oh, I did update for this. Okay, good. And those have to go that direction. Gosh darn it. I'm struggling to get my belts to connect right. There we go. Okay. Now we're producing more of that. Now to feed that beast, each one of these needs 60. So 60 times 8, it's going to be 240 per minute. 240 per minute. And each one of these is producing 360 per minute. How? As long as we're not going idle, but we are. Because we are sucking up 240 per minute on that. And now we're water constrained. Water, 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 water. Let's go ahead and create a second one of these because I think this one... Oh, I'm not pushing this one that hard. How much water are we burning a minute on each of these? 180. I need 360. Bump this up. I've got a couple of these on hand. That gets me to 240. What did I say I need? I forgot my numbers already. 180 is 360. So I need that third power slug. Let me grab that out of, or power shard, I guess. Unless I don't have any left. Because I did, oh yeah, I unlocked something out of my mam tree that took 100 of them. So I may need to grab, oh, I've got 3 power slugs right here. Okay, good. So just come over here. Do, 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 do. Oh, I've got some yellow slugs too. While we're making stuff, I might as well convert my proteins. Next time we're by the space station, we can draft those off for DNA capsules. Cool. Right. That is that. Oh, and I need to pop one more in here and see if that gives me enough water. Nope, 300, so I'm just short. So I am going to have to put another extractor down. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and pull this quartz out of here. Come on. Start mining it. Little coffee break. That was hard work. Ah, okay, there we go. That's what we want there. And what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna make this a little bit nicer now. Just a little bit. And I want those to be 4s. Where do I want it though? Oh, that's a good spot right there. And I'm gonna come out this way. What are you doing, Senior Honcho? I am making my pipes prettier by creating a manifold here. So I can put one for that one, and one for that one. And then I'm going to, actually, when I plumb this up, I'm going to actually bump this, the manifold up to a Mark II pipe, so I can get more volume out of it. Like that. Now I just need to power this bad boy. That one's full, so now we can bring power over nicer too. Do this. Make that a Mark III pole. Like that. Now, did this use up this? And this is now producing 600 per minute. Between the two, should be plenty of water going in. I will probably need to upgrade these pipes coming in to handle that volume, like so. And then up top here, I'm okay. I don't know. Maybe on that. Alright. Now, because we're overproducing, we should be able to fill up our capsule as well. Well, this is actually just from our extra that we make. Wait, where is that water coming from here? This is our output water here. That output water is coming back into this, and then that valve is keeping. That's what's keeping our keeping this from filling up from our extractors, because otherwise we just flood the system and then it would shut down. So it's very important to have a valve on this one, so that this doesn't fill up from the water you're drawing, and it's one directional. Keeps it flowing in one direction. Okay, now we're overproducing water. So now we should be getting 240 per minute. This takes 240 per minute. This should not go idle anymore. It did. But we are producing faster now. But this is going to give us 360 per minute when we're not idle. So we might have to overproduce on the fluid. We'll see. I'm going to let that run. Just going yellow. Why is that yellow? Are we still running out of water? Huh. Really? That's just not flowing fast enough? Well, that's not great. Especially since I have a Mark II pump right here. That pipe is full. Flow rate is yucky. Why does my flow rate drop like that? I don't get it. Oh, because these are all these things have a crap flow rate. Why are these spinning down? Because that's full. I don't get it. I might have to create a buffer in the system so that we can get continuous flow. Except you're going to be a turd, aren't you? You're not going to connect to that. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. Absolutely killing me. Alright, now, what if I go this way? Surface is uneven. Well, of course it is. Alright, plan B. Tear this down. Extend this out. Throw in one of these. Like here. Then throw in our junctions. One there. And I'm going to bring this back out to center. And then mark 2s. And I want to change from auto to horizontal vertical. Alright, I'm going to move this in line with this then. And centered there-ish. I think that's about right. Then go back to my part 2, horizontal vertical. That looks nice. That looks okay. Why is that an invalid pipe shape? Seriously? You suck. You suck. Why? Why do you hate me?
I don't.
No, but the game does. Killing me, killing me, killing me. Oh, I'll go this direction instead, and we'll go up another platform. So I put one of these here. Line it up there. Now I need to go over here one more. Oh, this is rough. Okay. Now I should be able to go from here to here. Good. Alright. That looks okay. I should have enough lift to be filling this up. Yes. Good. Then I just need to go from here to here and change that shape. Alright. That sounds like these are running non-stop now, which should give us a continuous, should even out our flow. Yes, so fill rate is 600, that's what we want. Drain rate is 600. That's good. And flow rate of 600. Nice. Oh yeah, now we're getting some heavy flow. And it's just keeping from going idle now. Yes, we're maxed out at 50 on this. Perfect. That's what we want. That should keep this from going idle now. Yes. Good. Alright, solved our fluid problem. I hate solving fluid problems. Okay, let's upgrade this output.
Can you derail a train?
Yes, you can derail a train. They will.
And then buy a new one.
No, you just if you go up to your engine, if it derails, it'll basically lay on the ground, off the rails, and you'll get like a little warning flash symbol in the compass. Um, and if you go to the engine, you can hit E, and it will reset it onto the rail.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. It can get a little, when you have collisions, it can get a little tricky. Okay, now we are producing a ton. We're still yellow down here, so we haven't reached the end of our sushi belt yet. We're about, it looks like number 4 is still behind, probably because we're maxing, yeah, we're working up to maxing out here. So this is the problem. I had talked about this a couple streams ago about doing sushi line factories like this, is that you have to fill up the stack of one machine before you'll go further down the line, because if you think about your split, you're splitting each input by 50%. So 50% of the main line is coming into this splitter, and so 50% is going out to this belt, and then 50% out to this belt. And that's where I was doing the math on that, and why my math was off is because I forgot I had added the split above for making the aluminum casings. But the scrap comes in here at what did we say? We're doing 240 a minute, I think, on the scrap. So only one of these. Oh, 360. So 360 are coming into this splitter. 180 are going this way, and 180 are going this way. When this fills up, all 360 are coming this way. But then you do that math again. So from that 180, we're dropping to 90 this way, 90 this way. Then we come to this one, this goes 45, 45. To this one, now we go half, so what is that, like 22 and a half, which would be basically 23 this way, 22 this way, 11, 11, and you can see we go down and down and down. And so as we continue to split down the line, we're getting less and less parts to fill it up. What happens though is this will fill up to a full stack, which I think is that 360. Nope. So we get a full stack in here, and then it can't split to this direction anymore, kind of like we see out here. This fills up, then all of it will go down. So then we bump back up to the 180 on the second machine, and it's a trickle down. if it was a well-balanced one, we would be getting one to each machine in our line at a time. So each splitter would have three different, it would split it three ways each time. So if we came off of this one, we would go 120, 120, 120. Um, and so this line would get 120, and then we would have uh, two machines that would get 120 each. Or we would split those again three ways to get 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40. And that would give us, and we would be close to maxing, maxing out. But we'd still be under because we need that full amount of the 360 split. So this is a bit of an inefficient line the way we have it set up right now, but it will eventually, like, we're getting, you can see, because we're overproducing on that first split, because this is taking 60 per minute, we're actually feeding it a minimum of 180 per minute. We're overproducing. It'll end up stacking up and then filling the line for us, and we can help it out because I've got some scrap in there in my inventory. So when you're sushi belting your lines, it's going to take a while for you to see the increased output if you have a lot of machines on that line. That's where sometimes buffers help too. Like if you're overproducing the step before, if you buffer that with a container, um, when you add machines to the next step, you can immediately see that fill up and start producing. All right, so now we're full stack on this aluminum scrap. We should see now that the second one is starting to overproduce. Um, and that will start coming in faster. Now, these machines do run fast for these ingots, so it does take a long time for them to start overproducing and filling. But now you can see we're starting to climb up in the amount of aluminum scrap that we have. We're now in the 20s. This will take a little while to get up there and fill before we continue down the line. We are absolutely smashing every bit that's coming into this line. So you can see now we're sitting idle back here on the back half of our line. But eventually these will fill up and we'll be producing a lot. It's just going to take time. That means that we should see, and then we'll move out here to the next step in our process. And welcome to late game processing because there's lots of steps in each process. Okay, that should be our all the way into here, 4, there. Okay, so now we've got that maxed out. So now you can see that we're sitting idle a lot shorter time frame here already. We're almost to the point where we're not going idle. So we made it through a few cycles before that went idle. Oh, we can help that out. Give it a little bit of a buffer here. And that one, because this is balanced, this should work. Let's go ahead and update these while we're here. And I always go max belt on everything, because I don't want to be limited by my belts. Okay. And here, here, and here. And here, here, here. And here, here, here. And I think we're already maxed out there. Yes, we are. Cool. Alright, so we've upgraded that whole line. Um, this one is keeping it so I can make these Mark 6. But this one fills up pretty quick and is a slow fill, so I'm not too worried about that shaving off of that. Unless we're like rapid building, like we've been doing. Let's see. So those are coming down here and getting split here. Oh man, we may have to up our production all the way across the board. Because those are... I'm already splitting those out to here. This train station. Oh, where's that train station going to? This is... Oscillator and cell. Timetable. Who is coming for me here? Part 3 delivery comes here. And what are we picking up here? Just oscillators. Oops. Discard. No, cancel that. I just want to close it. Confirm. Okay, so that one is not picking up the trigons there. Is it 2? Nope, that one doesn't come to this factory. It's not general parts, does not come here. Nitrogen doesn't come here. Nuke comes here. Oh, that might be who's picking it up. Yes. So we're picking up those 3 things from here for that. So we could actually have... I don't want to use the same train to drop that off because that's important. That actually, that's our train there. Um, let's go see what he's got in that first car. Because he might actually be full. No, he's not full. So he's going to keep stealing parts off of that. I think we're going to want... Shoot. Need aluminum. If I'm doing aluminum, aluminum's a problem.
Aluminum?
Yeah. Because I need aluminum to make this piece, these trigons. So this is my second aluminum plant here. My first aluminum plant is... I'm probably overproducing there. Well, let's at least get this slow rolling and then we can work on upping the production. So, oh, I have a train station here that is producing what I want or need. Wait, yeah. Well, where are my isolators going? Where am I? I'm not making those here. Am I? No, those are dark matter crystals. Those are dark matter crystals. These are diamonds. And these are nuclear pasta. Where am I making my oscillators? Is that down over there already? I know I'm making those, uh, the fourth part that we need somewhere, I think. Oh, maybe that's one of these encoders. Let's see what we're making here. Here we're making, oh, right here. We're making those. So I do have those being made. I'm just not shipping them out right now. And what are our stations here? Oh, I have an empty station I'm not using. Perfect. Because this one is crystal oscillators. This one is trigons. That's singularity cells, and that's dark matter. So I could replace this station with the isolators, and those will be the two parts I need. So it looks like we're going to train these parts over. So we'll have to create another station over there. But in the meantime, while we're here, we can set up our load station. So we're going to make another train for our system. And this will be a load. That's good. And our... This is... We're going to have to bring that around and back to an output from here. Let's see. So we can go... Huh. Yeah, I think I'm going to cheat and use the floor below. It's not really cheating, it's just cheating on my stack design. Put there, go put this belt here, like that, square it up. Then we'll run this along. Oh, yeah, this is beautiful. I'm going to bring this down here. Oh, there's our 2-hour mark. I'm gonna finish up this factory. We're getting close. We are getting close. And unfortunately, you know, fixing that aluminum processing issue took a little bit longer than I was anticipating. Our water dilemma did not help anything. But that's the way this game goes. You run into things and you fix them. Okay. And of course, now I'm clipping through that. It's ugly, ugly, ugly. You so ugly. U-G-L-Y. You ain't got no alibi, you ugly. You ugly. You ugly all the way. You so ugly. Your parents had to tie a stake around your neck so that the dog would play with you. Ugly butt. You so ugly. The tears run down your back to avoid your face. You so ugly. You make a freight train take a dirt road. You got a face that could stop an 8-day clock. Let's see. All right. All right. Now, that part is on the dock. All right. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3. 1 and 3 is what we want. Those numbers are important to remember. 1 and 3. Because we're gonna come down here,
along the tracks. We're gonna go to the wrong side of the tracks.
And I think what we're gonna do, I could, let me see what we got. We might be able to use this station here because I think I'm only using 2 on this station. So 1 and 3 would be open. We can extend this for unload. He's coming in now. Because I believe oscillators are car number 2. And we're full up across on board. Oh, of course, now I gotta wait. But yes, this crystal oscillator factory is only using station 2. So we can extend this out. It's not the ideal place to extend from, but that'll give us our additional station. But I believe these are just crystal oscillators. Yep. And do that. And that. And take him out. And we're going to do another one of these here. Oops. Forgot to take him out. And another one of these here. And these are going to be unload stations. So flip those to unload. And to unload. We got lucky on this one that this works out the way it does. And let's see, we want to, yeah, we could go from there. Why not? Do that, and then we need a block signal on here. Let's go ahead and move it out there like that. Now all we need to do is make a new train that will run parts back and forth. So transport train. Go ahead and throw him there. And we need freight, freight for 1 and 3. Okay, let's see, how do we want to paint him? We want to paint him, let's see, we're doing trigons, which are orange. That's kind of boring. Let's make him, hot pink. Why not? Actually, that's kind of a pastel pink. Make him pastel pink. And then for his name, we will call him Sam Delivery for now. And for timetable, we want to start him off at the, we're going to have to rename this station too. We're going from this isolator and cell factory, and from here we're going to load only. And we want the fixed site trigons and the superposition oscillators. Save that. And then our next station is going to be our crystal oscillator station. And we want to unload only our fixed site trigons and superposition oscillators. There we go. I'm going to save those changes. He's good to go. And is he not? Why is he not going? What did I do? Oh, turn on self-driving. So, go for a little ride, make sure he gets his parts. We'll route those parts to the factory, and we will be done with our AI server loop. Oh, this is a good time to drink some coffee. While you're waiting for the train. Are you taking the train to Austria?
No, we rented a van.
Oh, okay.
So it's a 10-ish hour drive.
Oh, that's
It's
a
not too
long.
bad.
Yeah, it's a long day of driving though.
Well, we start driving at 2 a.m. So
Nice. So you get there kind of like you drive, kind of like taking a red eye flight.
yeah, kinda.
And then do you trade off, or just, or one of you a power driver?
Well, I can do this in my sleep driving there.
Yeah.
Super easy. Oh. I derailed the train.
You did. Yeah. Oh, it actually blinks red. I was wrong. I was thinking it was the orange one, but it is red when you have a collision or a derailment. How did you end up
But
derailing it?
well, my track is not done yet.
Oh, so you ran it off the end. Oh, this is gonna look pretty when it when it loads. I'm gonna have two pink cars back there. So you can color code the cars by the items that they have in them too. So, like if you want to color code your trains to try and figure out, like when you see them running down the track, you know what pieces are in there. Um, and because of the endless combinations that you can paint things, you could get you could have like a color key for the different parts in the game. It's a it's I love how like specific you can get in this game. Like if you really want to be like OCD about how you manage things, you can go nuts. Um, I design wise, I feel like there's a couple things that you can you can end up doing kind of, um, but there's certain pieces that I'm still wishing they would add. One of those being just a half slab that's a triangle would be great because I would love to fill in like these corners that you see in the roundabout, like just being able to have a triangle platform. They have ones that are ramps that are triangles, so you can have a ramp piece, but I want a flat triangle piece, you know. So, all right, this is our stop. That train ride didn't take too long. Why do I have a? Oh, I gotta take that. I gotta take that off. That's gonna mess me up. Oh, I've got a block signal in the middle of the station. You don't need that. That's just dumb. What? Why are you picking that up? I didn't want that. I didn't ask for you. Oh. Alright, hold on. I gotta fix you. Come back, come back. Edit timetable. Crystal oscillator settings. Add none. Save.
If you go the wrong way.
I'm gonna let it unload that there because that's in the same station. Save. so that's okay. But I did not want to steal those crystal oscillators from there. Oh, picked up a space cow tick or space tick cow something. Alright, so now we need to route those parts to our factory and we can call it a day. Well, thank you. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Actually, I have a...
Bye-bye.
I can wave. Where's my emutes? I forgot how to do them. Oh, what's O? Oh, no, that's the codex. X for that. Tab for inventory. What's H? Oh, H is to put my stuff away. B is scan, M for map. F, Q. What was the... What's my emutes? How the heck did
Well, Honcho, there are a few call notes here, but it's not that much. This location.
They're spread out a little bit. They're not like right next to each other. You gotta kind of find them.
Yeah,
They're
but
and they're up
it's
on
they
different
are
elevations.
impure.
Yeah, no, yeah. There's not, but we don't need a lot either. Coal is not the limiting factor on making aluminum. It's generally, well, from what we saw earlier, it's generally your water. Um, that is your biggest issue. Water is a pain in the butt when doing um, aluminum. There's no ifs, ands, or
But
buts about that.
it's... Oh, there's plenty of steel there, or iron.
Yep. I'm gonna have to remember how to do emutes on this. Is it T? No. Is it? Oh, I'm building. Yes, that's what it was. It's T. T will get you your emutes. Thumbs down, thumbs up, heart, wave. See, so I can wave. Hi, bye, train. Bye, train.
Bye, train.
Yeah, you. Okay. We are now going underneath the platform. So I've got, and we need to go over there. Let me go ahead and put my portal, way over here. It's gonna be a long conveyor belt. We gotta think about how we want to route this. I think I want to come this way and out. Oh, I wonder if we can... I'll side by side them, I think. I'll side by side those and split them off because we're going from underneath the platform. Alright, so our last two inputs are here and here. Oh, perfect. This is gonna be... Yeah, that'll work out great. I need some floor holes here and here. And then we'll point these things in to there. Like that. Go underneath. And both of these, yeah, we're gonna go out and over. So I'm gonna start from the inside one, because this will be the outside of what I want there. Why? I don't know why my trains end up highlighting red like that. If anybody knows why. Well, he's stopped. Why is he stopped? Why are you stopped, dude? Somebody in the train station? Yeah. No? Yes. Yes, the train before. Oh, and now he's backed up onto the line. I need, okay, yeah, these guys are locked up. Okay. So I need this here. That'll allow him to go. I might as well put one here too. Along here. Okay. See, like, C's highlighted red. I'm not sure why the train is highlighted red. It seems odd to me, and I haven't figured it out yet. But he is. Okay, so that traffic should be flowing at Molbetta. Why is he still loading that? I told him not to load that. Did it not save? Gosh darn it. Timetable. What am I doing here? What did I call this one? General Parts, nitrogen nuke, blah blah blah. SAM delivery. SAM delivery, yes. Okay, in edit timetable, we're at Crystal Oscillator. Unload only. Those, load. It didn't save it. None. I want none. Do none. Save.
Mhm.
Yes, that is correct. Save changes. Okay. Now, if I go out, go back in, I'm double checking this time because it didn't work the first time. Edit timetable. Crystal oscillator. None. Okay. Confirm. I don't need to save it that time. Okay. I don't know why that didn't save, but it didn't. Alright, now we can go back to running this conveyor belt. Boy, what a day, what a day. It's been a tough day, tough day. Let's see, want running straight, so that's good. I'm going to come to the outside of here. Do that one. Going to bring that one out to right next to it, like that. And that's going to be our belt line for loading that. So now we just got to go straight out as far as we can, which is going to be here. Do the same on the other side. Max effort there. Continue this down.
What button was it that you can precisely turn something?
It's your control. If you hold the control while you're placing on the ground like that, it'll lock it to the world grid.
Yeah, well, the world grid sucks at this point.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's it does sometimes.
So I'm going to make the station here.
Oh, why is this not wanting to go straight for me? It's weird. I definitely don't want a curve default. Like, that should be straight, but when I have it in straight mode, it doesn't want to go there. Well, I guess we're going to that spot. That's fine. In these underfloor hangars that I'm using, you can unlock in the Awesome Shop with some tickets. They're an extra. You don't get them as part of anything. A tier. It's not a tier reward. I have found that there are some things in the MAM tree that you can unlock earlier in the game that you get when you complete tiers in the later game. Do I want to angle?
Oh, no
Let's,
plastic, or not enough.
like, can we reach that corner? Yeah, we can. Do I want to do that? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. If we don't like it later, because I don't have anything I've got to build on this corner of this factory anyway. So if we, we're going to clip a little bit when we make that turn, but yeah, and we're going to have to stagger a little bit there. But we're about to split on these anyways, because this one's going to have to come down in order to not clip this one. So for that, this way or that way? This way or that way? Let's go this way. Where's my other one? There it is. And this one can stay level. And I should be able to make this, yep. And this one, oh, just a bit outside. Dang it. So what I'm going to do here, just to make up that little bit of extra difference, is come down one conveyor, lift, like that, and then see if I can't run the belt from there. Yes. So we'll do that. That keeps everything kind of tidy. I could drop that down a little bit, but... Alright. That should be all of our parts. We should be making our final piece. Or our... Nope, not our final piece. Sorry. One factory shy. Our third piece out of 4. Let's see. I'm seeing yellow. Neuron quantum processor. Why the heck am I such a dummy? Oh my gosh. I totally grabbed the wrong part. Now I've got all these parts on this conveyor that are basically garbage. But let's make sure we're not picking those up anymore. Try and turn it off before. SAM delivery. Edit timetable from here. Let's not do this. Let's do our quantum processor. Save that. Save changes. Then edit again. And we should see the SAM factory. Yes, that's correct. And then here we gotta not unload that one, and we want to unload our neural. Oh, that's why I spelled it wrong last time. That's why it didn't come up. Save that. Save that. Double check. Discount double check. That's right. That's right. And then I'm going to add that. Okay. Oi. What a mess. Okay. Fine. Now, that was station. That means the station 3 is screwed up. Thought we were going to get lucky. I think what we're going to do... I don't like doing this, but I don't think we're going to have enough volume that this is going to be an issue. Actually, let me see something. Before I make this... Well, let me go ahead and take these out of here for now. 120 of those already. That's impressive. Plus what I have in the conveyor, which I'm going to have to disconnect in order to get all the parts out. To take this section, this last section out in order to get all the parts out of that. And I'm going to have to take out this lift as well because you can't take the parts out of the lift.
Oncho, do you have building pieces that you have 2 tracks in one go?
As like what do you mean?
That you have a two-way in one placeable, so you don't have to place the track
Oh, a blueprint
twice.
for it? Yeah, I have.
Kinda.
Let me see what I have in my blueprints. I do have. Yeah, like I have a 90-degree left that I did of that. I don't have a straight piece because what I was doing, but I do have this like 90-degree one where I started building them out. But yeah, the thing is that reason I don't do that for straight pieces is because of the variable length, because you can't stretch blueprints. So if anything, what I've done in the past is I had blueprints for like risers, like if I wanted to build like a rail riser that would come up off the ground, kind of like you had the platform, like you have the platforms under the rail over the water. Um, I built like a bit of a like a designed structure that I would run my two rails to, and then I would run the rails to the center of those. In this one, all I've done for my rails is I set them. I basically started them with a 2 meter platform side by side, and I just run the rails to the center of them like that, and it keeps them a good distance. And then where I've got spots, there's a trick for building these curved sections, but you can also float them in between. You don't have to do these. I just did them to make them look nice. But you can see like I also broke in just um, for slight angles. I didn't bother with trying to get the curves to match nice, but um, in sections like that you can do that. So there's a bunch of different ways you can do that. But creating a blueprint for straight sections is will lock you into basically whatever your largest blueprint maker is in a section. So you could create different links, like I need a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, up to whatever the largest one is, which I think is a 6. Let's see, if I look at, what is that under? That is under special. 48. So divide that by 8, that's 7. So you could do 7 blocks at a time. In a blueprint, which isn't a bad idea because you could do a 1 block, a 2, a 3, 4, whatever, to your different length and kind of keep them square that way. Uh, I just haven't made blueprints for it. What was I doing? I was trying to clear these ones, not those ones. I just deleted the wrong one, so I'm going to have to recreate both these sections. No. Okay, so that clears out the end of those. So I can go ahead and replace those now. And I'm going to come in this way. And this one is correct, so we're going to keep... Oh. No, we're going to have to do something different with that, but... And we wanted that on straight. Okay. I think we're going to have to sort that at the platform. That's what we're going to have to do. I don't want to... It's the only thing, if you make a mistake on the long belt, you either have to replace the belt or sit here and remove every piece off of the belt. I guess you could use a container, fill a container, and then take it. But I'm almost there now. I can see the end of the parts coming. Okay. So that's this piece here. So that means that we can shorten our... We'll be able to shorten this train. Are you stuck again? No, you're just unloading. We will be able to shorten this train to one car, which will make it use less power. But it does mean we're going to have to bring this down into an under platform so that we can sort those parts before we send them down this conveyor. So, since we are going to do that, we can use this area here, and I'm going to make this, do it this way. 1, 2, 3. Let's just go 2 for logistics platform. Grab that, and I'm going to make this just a 1. Like that. We don't need a lot of space here. Probably just that. To sort these. Because really we just need to, we're going to run this from station 1. We don't need this belt anymore. We don't need this to be that either. This is going to come in to this side of our sort. So let's do something like, let's make this look somewhat nice. Bring in a conveyor wall here. And we will just hook, let's bring him down to the right level. Which we still need to kind of eyeball it because we don't have a wall, but I think that's the right level there. And then we'll bring him in straight. Yeah. Looks like I nailed it. So that looks nice and clean. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And all we need to do for sorting this is to put in a smart splitter. Or programmable. Let's try the smart. I think the smart will do it for us. So just bring him in. So get him sorted. Yeah, so we can do center output to now we gotta make sure we get the right part on the right belt. So this, the center one, the straight through, we want to be the outside belt, and our outside belt is going to be our neural quantum processor. Okay, so neural quantum processor, and then we can then use our right output to be our superposition oscillator, like that. That's going to sort that for us as it comes in. We hopefully won't have a problem with that. I don't want curve. Default, that'll work. We have a bit of an incline there, but that little sorter will allow us to move that stuff with one car. As long as we don't back up on the parts. If we do back up on the parts, we can use a buffer for that and then dump out the overflow.
off that buffer. We could actually dump out the overflow here if it becomes an issue too. Yeah, but we have room to do that. We don't need that now. All right, so that covers us on this side of the station. We'll wait and we'll hop. Here comes our train. We're gonna go ahead and delete our cars off of it when it comes into the station. As you can see, it's only running parts off that top front one anyways. Excellent. See if we can work fast enough to do this. I gotta hop in and turn him off of auto drive. Open train menu, turn off self-driving. I gotta wait till he's done docking. Okay. Done. There we go. Go. Hop in. Turn our self-driving back on. Off we go. And we'll take a little train ride back up to the other station, fix the other station, and hopefully that'll get us creating our parts now that we haven't done something stupid. Can't believe I did all that work for those trigons and it was the wrong part. I think what it was is I think we were short on trigons for making those processors, because that's why it was sitting idle and not making them. But I'm gonna have to take a look and see, because now I'm not sure. I'm hoping that's what it was, because I really don't want to have to do more to get those parts down to the station. Oh. This is why Phase 5 is so annoying. It is definitely the hardest phase of the game, so they've done a really good job of making each phase more difficult than the last. Because Phase 4 was you have to do all the nuclear stuff and in order to get the nuclear pasta, and but you don't have to go to nuclear power plants, but you do have to do like the nuclear pasta, which is a difficult piece to build out, and then they escalated by then doing all the SAM processing in Phase 5. And the power draw on these things is ridiculous. Okay. Alright, so we're back at this station. We could still use that station 1 like we are doing. And we want to come up here and we should be... Oh, it looks like it's running. And we are making processors. Oh, good, good, good. I like seeing that. Okay, so these are the ones we need to send down. We can actually merge to this belt because they're both going to the same station. We may regret that decision later, but for right now, I like this idea. So I'm gonna, because it is the quickest way to get us to our solution. So we're just going to run this belt to here. Now I'm curious. This is something I hadn't thought about before. On the timetable, you can tell it to only pick up certain things. I wonder if you can tell it to only pick up certain things from a given freight station. Why are you picking that up? You're not. you doing? Taking from Station 1. Unload only. Oh, because you're not set to none. Oh, you turkey. Stealing my parts. Oh. You're taking a few extra parts all the way along the line. I may have to fix him later. He's taking heavy module frames as well, and he shouldn't be. Put him back in. And where did my... There they are. Put those back in. Wait for the correct train to show up. Actually, we can expedite this a little bit. Because this stream's getting a little long today. But
Indeed.
we are at the finish line for this one. So we're almost there. We would have been here sooner had I not goofed up and sent the wrong part. So our lesson for today is make sure, well, we got a couple lessons we learned today. One, make sure your aluminum processing has enough water being piped in. And if you're overproducing water, that a industrial container or any kind of buffer on that will... ooh. Did we get parts in? Did it unload? Oh shoot, you know what we forgot to do? No, we didn't. Why did that not send parts? Do we not have parts in here? No, we don't. Okay. So we're gonna put those in. And we're gonna put my super oscillators in, and then I'll get back to the point I was making. Where did my supers go? I'm not seeing them. Superposition oscillators. Oh, I must have dropped them off at the other station. Because I don't see them. Unless I'm just blind. Oh, shoot. I put them somewhere. Oh well. Alright. Well, we got the part we were missing, which was the neural processor ones. Okay, so anyways, having a buffer in your water system will allow it to flow consistently and keep your water extractors running. That was one lesson. And also make sure that you have enough water for your aluminum processing. And look at that, we are producing our parts. Yay. The second thing that we learned today was that when you are setting your timetables on your train stations, make sure that if you do not want parts to be automatically loaded onto your train from stations that are not, that train shouldn't be used from, make sure you set none on your load for that station. If you're loading something else, it shouldn't automatically load from that station. But if you don't have anything in the load or unload column, it will automatically do that based on the station configuration. So, something to keep in mind. And then the third thing is make sure that your block signals are set on your train stations for that. And I guess the final lesson would be make sure you're bringing in the right parts into your factory. That one's the one that is like, well, that should have been obvious, dude. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Okay, yeah, we've already got 8 of these. We only need 256, so we may be done with those by the end of the next stream. In the meantime, let's go over and see how we're doing on our first 2 items and turn those in. and then that'll take us back to our hub, and we can sign off from there. I may turn in my proteins as well for some tickets. We'll do that before we head back to the hub for a nap, because this coffee isn't cutting it. We've been working hard this morning. Or hardly working. I don't know. You decide. Okay, so...
Glee.
Alright, gonna get loud while we get next to this accelerator. Check. Oh, look, we got another 100 nuclear pastas. That's working great. So that puts us 6/10 of the way there. On those, if we take a look at our biochemical sculptors. See, I hadn't really, like, I've only played through the Phase 5 stuff once, and so I really didn't memorize all the names of the parts and pieces and stuff like that. So streaming this is really helpful, and because I have to say it over and over again. Look at that, 150 already, almost 200. These produce pretty quick. I'm gonna let that stack finish off. I'm only gonna move stacks at a time. So our 1,000 of that should end up catching up to our nuclear pasta, to where that's not going to be an issue, which is great. That's great news. Because once we're done with these parts, we can start loading them into the sink instead. There we go. We now have parts officially loaded for our second part, and next time we'll officially load up our third part as we wrap up and go to our final factory, which is our something warp drive, like ballistic warp drive or something like that. Protein, there it is. Let's see, that is, yes, our ballistic warp drive factory is our last one that we're going to do. That is the most complex one out of all of them, and why it's only 200 parts for that one. We will do that next time. Let's update our to-do list. So because we did finish. Oh, I hate that I can't do that without putting something in there. So we no longer need an AI expansion server factory. That is done. So our last factory, before we are building all the parts for the end, is for our next episode, which I may end up doing tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning, for my morning coffee, I'm going to start building that factory out. In the meantime, get out there, start building your own factories, be efficient, stay building, stay happy, and drink lots of coffee. Oh, that's good stuff. I'm Senior Honcho with my producer, Brian, who probably will not be with us tomorrow. Say goodbye, Brian.
Goodbye.
And thanks for subscribing, following, whatever you do with your clicky stuff, typing, as Brian pointed out last night,
Keyboard.
qualifies.
Just like
Keyboard,
typey
yes.
typey.
Typey, keyboard, yes. Clicky, typey. Thank you much, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.